Good evening. Welcome to Tier 1 Brazil, the amazing track of Interlagos, 4.3 kilometers long with 15 turns in total. I hope everything about audio is right. If not, give in the chat, say something like game audio a bit up or low, or maybe my mic audio needs to be lower or higher. So correct me in the chat if it's a bit bad, but it should be alright.
The following year. The 1973 Brazilian GP was won by none other than Emerson Fittipaldi on his home circuit.
So see
With
already
construction starting in
one.
1936, the Sao Paulo circuit, Brazil's oldest permanent autodrome, the track design is the inspiration for three main circuits.
Drift King being the first one out.
Both Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz recorded the first ever F1 podium finish in the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix. The last time two drivers fourth position in the Grand Prix.
Yes, the rest is slowly coming out as well. Ben, another Ferrari, Fielek, Galen on an outlap as well. Oh yeah, correct me if I'm saying your names wrong. I'm trying, I'm doing my best for it. But if I say it wrong, please correct me in the chat then. As Drift King begins his lap. Coming up to the straight. Into turn 1 and 2. Looks decent. Towards turn 4. Into 5 and towards 6 then. A bit of traffic. Into the twisty section of this track. Let's see what his time will be this lap. Ending in sector 2, of course, in purple, as he is the first to set a lap. Coming up towards the line. And it will be a 1:8.7. No, then Kalen with a 1:11 and a Haas, with Ben going a 1:10. Then we have a Ferrari of Jellic going a 1:91. Then the next one up will be FIFA with a 1:8.4 going professional pole 4 now. Next one up will be probably Myth Shadow. As he is cancelling his lap. Ooh. Net having a spin. Then the next one would be Carfunis. Coming up the line, what will his time be? A 1:9.3 going up to P4. Then we have Trish coming up towards the line. Not really competitive type, maybe starting his lap now. Red Bull on an out lap. It will be Snatch up coming towards line for his lap with a 19.2 taking P4. But then third master with a 18.2 going professional pole. Then we have Ferrari coming up towards the line, beginning his lap. With Shadow cancelling his lap, so it's Justin about to go over the line, beginning his lap. Let's see who else would be on a lap. Probably Arthur, or no, Trisco, as he of course had 2 laps with a 1.7.7. Wow, what a time! My mic says my mic. Let me turn up my mic. It should be better, if I'm right. As Arthur gone to P8 with a 19.6. Farmhouse has retired. Not sure if he had a penalty or some sort. Justin sadly having a invalid. But if I'm right, my audio should be okay right now. Small technical difficulty. Angelic has sharpened his time for P5. Snatcher with a purple sector. Angelic is not using at this point. So the first one will be Snatcher. A purple sector again, but with 4 tenths, that would not be enough. It's probably just tricking us, probably going to P4, I would say. No, sticking to P6. Sadly. Then we got the Haas start Ben with a improvement. If it's good enough, he should go above R for P8. Coming down the line. Sadly, Barry not just misses out on P8. Ronald going to 125. Drift can go to a 18.4. And then we have Arf coming out down the line to a 18.7. Being 5th. Then we got Dan in on towards the main straight. Coming down the line for a 18.2 and McLaren 1.2 for now. With Shoto starting his lap. Net coming, net northern going to a 110.112. But Ronald takes that back. That place. Then we Arthur is not improving. Relic is on an outlap. Mifshoda is not improving as well, so next one up would have been Justin, but he has a invalid again. Carflus will had a spin. Just barely on his time, probably not having enough ERS as he is flashing. As he cancels his lap. Dark Ben having no ERS as well. Let's see where he can make it up to P10 with 1.90.
2019, matches first on the car, that's Interlagos.
Yelek not improving for now. Not yet improving. Let's see if he can improve. He does with 110 going to P7. But here comes his teammate with a 3/10 improvement. Sadly, not using it on in the last sector, losing 4/10 in the last sector. Drift King. This could have been a P2 if he finished that lap. Let's see if Justin can put up a time on the board right now. After that we will go to Turtle Master. He puts a 19.6. Turtle Master was not yet. Maybe made a mistake and broke up his lap as he's not really pushing at the moment. But who is Trishka, and he has a small improvement. Maybe in the 300s, but it is an improvement until now. Now being below his time. Ooh, big moment coming out of that turn towards the straight. So sadly that probably won't be an improvement. Nope, sadly not. As Dan begins his lap. Same goes for Yelik. Beginning his lap as well. Same for Snatcha. Everybody being on a outlap. So it will probably be done with the first time again. It will be done, yes. Let's see what he can put up on this lap. 41 hundredths of a second improvement. Coming up towards the line. Let's see if he can find a bit more maybe. Maybe going into the 1.7. Sadly barely misses out on the 1.7, but improving to a 1.8.0. Putting it again further towards a McLaren lockout for now. As Net is improving. Snatch on a lap as well. Keep looking up if he improves. Sadly not. Well, will Net go to P12 for now. I know Myth Shadow is coming down towards the line. 5/10 improvement to a 1.7.8. Barely missing out on pole for now, but splitting the McLarens. Amazing job from Myth Shadow. Is on out lap. Neff is not on a lap as well. Ronald does seem like he is on a lap. Let's see if he have improvement, a 1/10 improvement into the last few corners. Coming up towards the line with a improvement, but sadly not a place improvement. Still on P14. Every Turtle Master now on his lap ditch. Let's take a ride with him. Of course, Chill still checking out if somebody improves. As Arthur is on a improvement. Coming down towards the line into the last corner, turn 15. Coming down towards the line to a P7 with a 1.8.5. Got Alfa Romeo's on out up. It's busy in front of Turtle Master at this point, but he had a purple sector, so let's see where he can bring this up. Coming down towards the line to a 1.7.896, putting it in pin 3. Then we have Carvinus, sadly not improving, coming down towards the line. Next one will be a Ferrari of Drifting with 3 trends improvement. Going to a P5 with a 1.8.2. Turmaster has retired it. Trishka beginning his lap now. Yilek is the next Ferrari. Let's see if he can prove on his place. It is improvement to P7 with a 1.8.5. Then it's Galen to a 7th place with a 1.8.3. His teammate not improving. Snatcher has an invalid. Let's see where he can bring it. Only P13. So it's all between Trishka and then Trishka having an invalid. So pole position is up for the grabs. Dan having only a small improvement until now. Having a big moment as well sliding. So will this be a improvement or not? 8 and 100s. If the last few corners onto the straight is enough for him to gain, he can maybe gain 1 or 2 places. Let's see, coming down towards the line. Sadly not improving and going on a P4. So that was our quali with Triska with a 1.7.7 Myth Shadow, Turtle Master, Dan, Drift King of 5, FIFA on 6, 7 Kalen, 8 Yelik, 9 Arthur, 10 Snatcher, Ben 11, Justin 12, Carvinus 13, Net 14, and Ronald 15, and then Farmhouse not with a lap, probably a qualifying bang ban if I'm guessing.
Modern facilities would entice the FIA to host F1 for GP. After hosting a non
As Triska shown again how good he really is. But we're having a McLaren Mercedes 1-4. So that will be fun to see in the race. As again, here are the results. With the top four being Triska, Miff, Shadow, Third Master, and Dan knocking out the two front rows. As we'll begin waiting to going towards the race. I don't know if a formation lap is on, if I'm right not. Let me take a quick look. Medium for Triska and most on the hards until Snitcher. Then 3 mediums, hards and between mediums are the choice. As we'll be soon going towards the line. One light, two lights, three lights, four lights, five red lights, and they're out and away we go. It seems that Mifshero had a big moment, big slide down, going down between the middle of the Mercedes, taking P2 from the Mercedes, P3 and P2, taking 2-4-1 in one corner. So it's Triska from down to Mifshero, Turnemans to Drift King, FIFA, Kalen, a Mercedes going wide, Mifshero, Triska losing a place to Dan. P1 finisher has crashed, giving a virtual safety car. That is not an amazing start for P1 finisher, as he is already out. As it's Dan in the front, Triska behind him, with Shadow, Third Master, Drift King, FIFA, Caden, Arthur, Jalek, Farmhouse having a amazing start from P16 to P10. Snatcher, Carvinus, Ned Northern, Ronald Dark and Justin. Let's quickly let me grab. It's down on the softs as we're starting again. Here you can see quickly the tires everybody's on. Dan, of course, wanting to use those softs for now. As it's chaos in the back, and it's the two Alpines coming together. That is not what you want as a team coming together. As a gap is already formed from between P6 and P7, having a small trainer. Carvinus spinning. As Drift King and Ferdelmeister are right on behind Myth Shadow. Justin console just turned off, not sure That is not amazing if that happens. Let's see if we can overtake Turtle Master, overtake him with Shadow. Drift King trying to go past the Mercedes, giving a small tap. Giving with Shadow a small moment as Drift King is a gentleman and gives the place back. But FIFA says, thank you very much, and tries to attack Myth Shadow as well, but slotting in behind him. FIFA still looking to see if he can pass Drift King on his tail as well. What type of penalty? 3 seconds. Yes, let's see if Drift King can maybe attack. 5 tenths is a bit far. You need about 4 tenths to overtake. FIFA is close, looking at Myth Shadow, maybe trying to see a move. So we quickly go to Garvinus overtaking Ronald, but Drift King trying to see if it works or not. Trying to overtake FIFA, but not working. Sadly, Ronald overtaking Garvinus back again on the back straight. But Garvinus again has back. Oh, Drift King having a small spin or small big spin 360 going back on track, but sadly losing a few places and some time. Same goes for Ronald. Ronald having a spin as well. As Triske is keeping up with Dan. On the slower tires. FIFA 310's not close enough to make a move. But he is trying. Still not close enough really. As Triske is coming up towards Dan, putting up the pressure. As the soft is already dropping a bit off. As tires do degrade quickly on this track. So the softs do not hold on long on this track. But it should be still the faster tire for now. 5 tenths will be enough. He's not deploying and not really attacking, of course, as it's his teammate. So he doesn't need to be aggressive. All he has to do is stay calm. Dan moving, as not sure if moving side or taking an offensive line. I did like look at defensive line. But Trish going around the outside in turn 4. What a move that was. Dan giving a small tap to Triske. Because all he has to do now is follow Triske, as his softs should be enough to keep up with him. As Myth Shadow is again gaining up toward Turtle Master. Only for 5 tenths. 5 tenths is a bit too far. As you can see here, is done going for it. He is going for it in towards into the inside of turn 1. Oh, having a small moment, giving Trishka again an opportunity. Now he is on the inside and using DRS as well, going in front now. As Sturdermaster is on attack of his own team as well, as Dark Ben has retired in the pits. But the fights between the teammates is open today. No team orders of you go first or me go first. It's full on let them battle. And that's amazing to see. As for oh, not he didn't overtake. Corvinus has spun. 7/10 is too far, it seems. But again, Dan did have an amazing overspeed. 3/10. But he is staying behind for now. Smart play, smart play. As he is now the one behind Trishka for the back straight. Gaining, going on in towards the inside. And overtaking for P1. What a smart move to wait for the DRS. As Trishka is trying to look maybe around the outside, not working. Maybe a switch back into the inside here, not working as well really. As we have full on teammate battle for P1. Trishka is keeping up with Dan. As you can see, Dan having more and more moments, meaning those softs are probably past their prime and the hearts are starting to heat up at this point. So let's see. This would be an easy overtake for Trishka, overtaking Dan. But let's see Dan as he's right now behind Trishka. As you can see, again a small moment. 4/10 is probably not enough to try to attack. As those softs are a bit too old now, getting a bit too old. As Drift King has a 3-second penalty. But all this attacking from Dan does give Turtle Master that he is within DRS now of Dan. As Dan is losing DRS to Trishka, showing really those softs are dropping off at this point. So Dan probably will be going into the pits in a few laps. As here comes Turtle Master, tries to make a move but backing out. As he is 2 hands behind, it should be enough. Deploying, going forward. Dan does defend the inside. Turtle Master tries around the outside, but a switchback. What a switchback from Turtle Master. As he takes P2 from Dan. What a move. Saying go ahead, trying around the outside, outsmarting Dan right there with a switchback of dreams. And now Myth Shadow is right up behind Dan as well because of this. As Farmhouse has a 3-second penalty as well. Oh, Dan having a big slide moment. As Kalen is about to overtake Arthur in the back as well. Going on towards the inside, Myth Shadow side by side with Dan. Dan trying to hang out around the outside, but it's not working. Arthur though overtaking FIFA side by side. and taking P5. Dan now coming back on the back straight on Myth Shadow, trying to go in the inside, but Myth Shadow closing the door. Kalen overtaking FIFA and now on the inside of Arthur. They're going side by side in this section. Still side by side, but Arthur now backing off as Kalen moves up to P5. As Dan is still close up. Farmhouse over, not overtaken. Drift King having a moment as well again. Oh, Turtle Monster had a moment. As Turtle Monster dropped down to 4th. As again he can instantly probably attack Dan again. Dan defending quite aggressively. As down the back straight he will be probably overtaking Dan again. Again trying the switchback but not working this time. Arthur though and Kalian having moments, touching each other, wheel banging, as this gives FIFA a chance to try around the outside but backs off. As two amazing fights are going on at the moment. Coming on towards the back straight, 510, so let's see if it's enough. As Dan does have a rocket in his car today, it seems, as he is fast on those straights. As Arvid makes a move for Kaden while FIFA goes in towards... Oh, Dan had a moment, he is totally out of shape. Half drifting through that corner, saying Turnmaster saying thank you for that. As we can try to see if Kalen can make a move back for Arthur, but sadly not for P5. As Dan has a lot of moments. I would say Dan go into the pits as this is not working. As we can see, Justin has spinned. So he will be the second car that will be lapped soon. As Karen is still right behind Arthur, who is on those mediums. So let's see, Dan probably going into the pits at this point. Yes, diving into the pits for a wheel change. Let's see what going on towards the mediums. Going back to Kalen. Kaden is a bit too far for a attack. Yes, let's see who has stopped and who not. You can see Dan coming in front out of FIFA, but FIFA did gain a bit back as the undercut is quite strong on this track. So let's see if the undercut of Dan will be working on those hards, as those hards are lasting of course a lot longer. Those hard riders will be longer out than Dan. As let's go back to Kalen as he is ready to make a bounce on towards Arthur. But Arthur seems really like he has a rocket ship in that car. It's almost driving, he is driving the real life Red Bull in this game. Oh, As that was, oh no, it was natural. As he tries it, but not really working. As FIFA is on the solves, so he is probably going for a 2-stop at this point. As the top 3 hope that Dan will be soon fighting FIFA. Kalen trying to look if he can get past in this twisted section. As it's not really working. 210s, this should be enough going on towards the back straight. Three tenths, 4 tenths, 3 tenths. Will this be enough? No, still not enough. As I said, Arthur really having like almost zero downforce. As that car is a rocket ship on the straights. It seems Kalen is stuck behind Arthur as we have Snatch again who has spun, being the third driver to be lapped at this point. As Dan is right behind Farmhouse, he is really wanting to try to get past right on the inside. And works out as he moves up. Caden as well, making a move on Arthur in this twisted section. It is hard, but he did it. Taking up P4, but now he has the threat of Arthur right behind him. As they both have DRS, but as it seems Arthur looks quick on those straights, deciding to back off a bit from this attack. As FIFA overtakes Farmhouse on those new softs. As Snatcher has retired that in the pits as well, yeah. As Drift King is overtaking Net on the front straight. As it seems Carvendis is keeping up with Arthur. This may be a bit hindering for him. But otherwise he can get DRS from the blue flags. Four tenths, 3 tenths. Really, Arthur has really a rocket ship in that car. It's really insane. He closed up from 7 tenths all the way to 3 tenths. A total of 4 tenths gain on the straights. Again, gaining just 3 tenths on this small straight. As Dan is slowly chipping away towards Arthur. As he of course wants to drive as hard as possible to do the undercut on those hard runners and having a gap and a breathing room before they will catch up once they have pitted. As FIFA is not really gaining on those softs, rather losing towards Dan. As Drift King is overtaking Ronald for P10. Third Monster in to the pits, let's see. As the undercut did work. Third Monster going on towards the mediums. As you can see, the gap is quite big at this point because Dan has really undercut towards them. As if this strategy works, I hope it does for him. But stretching out those mediums for that long will be hard. Probably on a 2-stop, I would say. A quick 2-stop, trying to do a 2-stop rather than a 1-stop of Triske. So all Don has to do is keep driving as hard as possible. Using those tires, keep on using those tires. As Arthur is again gaining towards Galen. Fortan's having a small break moment. Putting up again the time almost to 7/10. It did seem 42% weird. Why the seems flashing? Maybe because of the light. It did seem like his car was flashing, but maybe it was the light shining on towards the LED light. As we're past halfway of this race, still a bit more than 54% to go. As Dan is in the virtual lead, I would say at this point. As the rest in front of him still have the pits, and Farmhouse has DNF'd. Is that because of a spin in Sector 2? Let's see if we can see it. No. Seems like he spun and retired. Weird. Very weird. I hope there is no safety car coming off this because of this. Nope, luckily not. That should maybe have ruined somebody's. Oh, Turtle must have a 3-second penalty. That's not normally what you see. Turtle Master being normally the quite collected guy who never has a penalty, now has a 3-second penalty. And that is not good for his race if he wants a podium. As Dan is now right up on Arthur, his gearbox. I think Arthur will probably be going in towards the pits. Yes, diving in towards the pits. And his first pit's probably switching out on towards those hards. On towards softs for 14 laps. That's a stretch. Good luck, but that's a stretch. As Dan is quickly gaining towards Kalen as well. As Arthur ends up on P8. As again Justin has spun and now has been put on 2 laps behind Triske. As Triske goes in for his change. Let's see if Myth Shadow dives in as well. He dives in as well. So let's see if Turtle Master his undercut worked on those guys, as Dan for sure will go past them. As Dan is probably on the 2-stop. As Dan is on towards Kalen, keeping an eye on Turtle Master. Turtle Master did undercut Myth Shadow and is right behind Triske. Going on towards the inside, Dan pushing a bit side by side but taking P1. Now let's go back to Turtle Master as he is right up behind Triske after that stop. But Turtlemaster having those warm tires at this point will maybe help. So let's see if he can try and overtake Triscam. As if he's not quick enough, he cannot, probably not make a move. As Triska is trying to go past Daftari. Oh, having a small lag moment, Triska. As they're right behind Daftari. FIFA probably going to lose 2 places at once. As Galen is in. Turtlemaster trying to look on Trisk but not working. As we're having an amazing back view camera. FIFA having again a 3-second penalty. Let's see if Turtlemaster can make an overtake on Triska, trying around the outside, braking early, trying the switch back. Can he make it? Triska defending the inside, Turtlemaster on the outside as he does back off, giving Turtlemaster P2. What a move we're seeing today. As this is the second switchback of him. Showing his racecraft on this track. As the gap towards Dan is 7 seconds at this point. There's still 13 laps to go, 12 to be precise, yes. Triska overtaking Turtlemaster on the straight, as easy as that with DRS. She instantly tries to create a gap between them, as 5 tenths is probably not enough to try and to make a move. As Justin has spun again, as he again has been put on 2 laps at this point. Not a great day for Justin with his console shutting off and having all these moments. As Triska instantly makes a gap towards Turtlemaster. Turtlemaster already almost losing, to be precise, losing DRS towards Triska. As Myth Shadow is gaining a bit towards Turtlemaster. All Myth Shadow has to do is to keep up towards within the 3 seconds of Turtlemaster. As Dan is in the pits, as I said, probably going for the 2-stop. Which tires is he taking? Those and brand new softs or brand new softs going on those McLaren. As Caden is put up with the fastest time right behind Arthur, which Dan is right behind now between this battle. As Kalen tries to make a move on Arthur but not working. As I said, Arthur really has that rocket ship of a car today. His setup really working out. As that is a battle for P4, Dan being right up behind Kalen and Arthur. Not using, same go for Kalen. Kalen tries to block it. Dan going for 2-4-1 on the straight. Overtaking Arthur and Kalen as well, moving up to P4. But now he is vulnerable for Arthur. Defending the inside, moving a bit. That's quite a bit of weaving. Arthur trying to keep around the outside, not working, giving a chance on Kalen for the inside. giving Kalen for P5, moving Arthur back down to P6. As a lot has been happening today. Dan now has a 8-second gap towards Smith Shadow. As these two sovereigns should be working together and not really fighting if they want a podium. They should be working together, not fighting each other too hard. Game Luke having a 3-second warning, probably because moving over those lines. As he does push Kalen wide off track down with his overtake. Not sure if that's legal. That's all Dan has to do now is try to create a gap. As I'm trying to see. Oh, Dan having a moment. Giving Kalen again back P4. As again saying, if they want any hopes on the podium, they should be stopping fighting like this. As this is not working for them together. As Myth Shadow is almost towards within 3 seconds of third master. As Dan is defending it inside. And then back to the line. Kaden really trying it to get past him. But it's not really working. As now the gap is closing towards 8.6. This is what you want. And not that fighting all the time. Galen should need to get this as well. That he needs to work together with Dan and not fight him too hard. To have hopes on those podiums. On those podium. The ERS open to the master again, having 3 seconds, meaning it's 6 seconds at this point. Meaning Myth Shadow is well within that possibility. It's almost sure that he can go to the podium. As he is within those 6 seconds of the master. As Kellen is right behind Dan. The gap towards Smith Shadow still 8.6. As I'm saying, this is not really working at this point if they keep fighting like this. You're only ruining the chance of getting a podium at the end of this race. Let's see if Kalen tries a move. Nope, not sticking it out. Just keeping behind him and trying to have a better exit towards the back straight. Of maybe a possibility to overtake. Dan not going defensive this time, as he knows it is enough to keep him behind. The gap still 8.6 as I said. And as you can see, that fighting is really not helping them to try and catch up towards those Mercedes. As for Trisco today, it's really a lonely day. Not really a big fight, only a small moment with the master, and that was it. Let's see if we can make a move. Even was moved down, defending the outs inside. Kayla not trying to do the move around the outside, having a small moment as well. Giving down now the piece on this back straight probably. As the gap is now 8.8, as I said, this defending against all the attacking from Kaylan is not working. Oh, as there was a ghost of a Haas right there. As Daan having a big moment. And now Galen as well, both of them losing their traction. As Arthur now says thank you to Galen, moving up to P5. As I said, they probably have attacked way too hard with the tires. As the tires are pretty much empty, probably empty at this point. As soon only 3 laps remaining, Kalen right on behind Arthur. Almost pushing him forward. Daan having a 3-second penalty. That is not what you want at this point with Arthur only with 1.9 seconds right behind you. This means Daan needs to create a gap of 3 seconds towards Arthur, but Arthur is fighting Kalen at this point. So he is smiling Daan at this point. But this is not amazing for Daan to have. Only 3 laps remaining. As Mifshuda is probably just slow down, trying to catch up. All he has to do is with being 6 seconds off Turtle Monster. As Kalen dives in on the inside and overtakes Arthur. As Daan probably doesn't want this to happen. As now Kalen can tow Arthur towards Daan to maybe help Arthur to a P4. As Carvinus has retired in the pits. As you can see, Arthur 0.8 tenths behind Kalen, keeping up with him, trying to keep up for a DRS. But now it's 1 second. Kalen has moved Arthur out of his DRS or not. He did, but Arthur is probably just so quick on the straight he gains. As I said, he probably has almost a 0-0 wing setup, as he is using his ERS as much as possible to try and keep up with Kalen, so he can use those 2-3 second penalties. And to gain from it. As he is 1.1 second out now again. Meaning he is 2.3 seconds now out of Daan. So if he wants, he needs to keep up, but it seems like it's not working at this point to trying to keep up, trying to ask too much of his tires. Now losing touch of Kalen as well. And that is not what you want. All you want to do is keep Kalen within those 3 seconds. Same goes for Miss Shadow. Miss Shadow, all you have to do is keep within 6 seconds of Third Master. Third Master trying to use all of his ERS. Same for Myth Shadow. There's nothing is really happening at this point. So we go to Trishka on towards the last few corners of this race. He started from pole and he is going to finish from pole, putting it into P1, weaving as he is celebrating over the line with a P1. Turtle Monster trying to keep that 6 seconds from with Shadow as he ends second for now, but probably moves down third. Yes, sadly moves down third. Turtle Monster going down third. Down ending fourth. Kalen fifth, but six is it's gonna be close. Just barely enough. That was 32 hundredths between Kalen and Arthur. Arthur barely grabbing on towards P5 because of that penalty. Kalen moves down sadly to P6. FIFA ending 7th with Jalek almost gaining from his penalty. Sadly 1/10 behind. Ending 8th. Drift King is the last one to finish as a net on P10, and Ronald already has finished as well. Justin will be the last one then, as Drift King goes over the line and ends with P9. And then we wait for Justin to end this race. And that was it. Triska taking the win home today in Tier 1. Third Master only ending third, sadly, with Myth Shadow second. As there he is. A 2-3 for McLaren, as McLaren, well, for 1-4 for McLaren and a 2-3 for Mercedes. As let's see who had the fastest time. Kalen did have the fastest time, giving him 9 points instead of 8. As McLaren today goes home with the most points with 37, with Mercedes taking 33 home. Off a kick already as well, having a good race with some decent points. But what a race it was. Yes, these are the results for today's race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Trishka, congratulations on that pole to win. And I will be shutting off stream at this point. Everybody have a good night still. And I'll see you guys